Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Unity of Command return. We're on to Bagration. Yes, indeed, the massive Soviet offensive that swept through Army Group Center and left it shattered and in tatters. As you might be noticing, the Germans do hold one front, but it's also rather extended in many places. There's barely any reserves, and there are barely any panzers. You got the 20, they've got the 12. That's it. Otherwise, they have to rely on Panzergrenadier Division and the 18th Feldherrnhalle and the 25th. Basically, 3 Panzergrenadier Divisions, the Feldherrnhalle, being formed out of old Sturmabteilung troops. Was probably a bit more better equipped, I think, than some other Panzergrenadier Division, but that was about it. Otherwise, they have the 78th Infanterie Division, or Sturmgrenadier Division. In fact, rather unique division. Basically, they were equipped like Panzer Grenadiers when it came to squad size measures. That is, they had lots of machine guns, but they also had a larger degree of packs than most divisions would have had. Also, a larger degree of heavy mortars. Also, they had a full Stug battalion attached to them in many regards, making them a very powerful division. Centered right around here, Orsha. So, little fun fact there. It's not something you actually hear a lot about, but it was a rather unique division in many regards. I, on the other hand, has got Guard Mechanized Corps, got Guards Cavalry Corps, lots of infantry otherwise, lots of artillery. I've got ISU 122s, the slightly heavier variant of the ISU, basically the same gun as the IS-2, but sort of more in an assault gun configuration. Lots of T-34s attached as well, Katyushas, you name it, I've got it. Well, except better T-34s. Hiccup. Otherwise, you must also be noting most of what's basically holding the rest is security divisions. But essentially, they need to punch through here several places. This, for example, is going to be a bit tricky due to the fact that most of them being held up here by the woods. Penetration here should be possible, though, if I dare it. Need to secure Orsha, Minsk, and Baranowski, and then Vilnius. So then, let's get started. In fact, let's start up here with a bit of preparatory artillery. Shifting over a bit here. That should open things up there. Already there. One breach has been committed. I won't be attacking the infantry division inside the fort woods. That's not really going to work well for my tank corps right here. That's only going to favour the fascists holding up in the woods like squirrels with really big guns. I don't know, not sure. Otherwise, I'm going to be launching an assault here. Rather, what happened there, as you might be noticing, it set city in ruins, which basically means they're now even harder to deal with. Which is rather unfortunate, though. They are no longer dug in. That's about the only thing that is currently working for me in that regard. So that could go on better. I will be preparing for an assault next turn. Otherwise, we've got up here as well. There we go. I shall push through here. And all of a sudden, I've managed another breach right here in the front lines of fascism. That should overall make things rather unpleasant. Though right here we do have one with a Flak 88, which is going to make a bit of a painful impression upon my tanks. So I don't think I'll be going there. In the usual, we don't go to railway home sort of style of things. I might be able to make a small breach here. So I thought. Never mind then. Never mind. Doing what I can here to basically ensure he can't get his panzer gunners into this easily. That is considerably more advantageous to me. There we go. Breach made. Infantry division down. I mean, this is veterans, of course, will be able to sort of replenish the losses quickly, but overall not too quickly either. 78th here, though, is proving to be rather unsurprisingly a pain in the arse. And even note here again, attacking such a veteran infantry division dug in the woods is hardly going to work out for me very well. I might have some luck with this, but even then I'm going to have to call in some pretty serious air support to dig out the blighters. And there we go. Wait, you're not supposed to go there. Ah. If only I could swear in Russian, but I can't. So I won't. Of course, also got my partisans here to sort of cause a bit of mischief. Basically, I can sort of form territory in their rear lines, and I'll need to sort of dispatch someone to deal with that. But overall, here already several penetrations. The 78th Sturmgrenadier Division utterly shattered there, although it did require a large amount of effort there from the Soviet Air Force. And of course, we got here the bridgeheads. I generally want to make a bit of headway at. Those seem to have not quite the amount of success I had been hoping for. There we go. A bit more up my alley. Division with Pioneer, those are definitely dangerous, to put it mildly. But that should help it a bit. They're hardly going to be a problem now, the 35th Infantry Division. And moving the cavalry corps heads here. Sort of try and breach further. Not really going to get much of that, so I'll just leave them at that. Breach, actually, that suddenly changes things up a bit. All of a sudden, there we go, 36th, and again we're noting breach here, sort of. One Panzergrenadier division are not exactly having the best day yet. In fact, there we go, destroyed. So that also means one less mobile reserve he could have plugged out to sort of try and deal with what is up here. Again, also breaches here, and basically everywhere. This is terrible. Help me, Heinz. Anyways, ending the turn. Panzer Division being rushed in there to hold the bridgehead or the bridges at Borisov. Rushing in to defend Orsha. Tenaciously falling back there from the village up there because again I managed to completely outmaneuver them and cut them off from supplies. They're already trying to sort of conduct a breakthrough there. Not get murdered horribly. Despite probably having received, you know, a Festung order to hold that town, but, you know, apparently someone just considers them guidelines more than anything else. Boboisk is going to be a bit of a headache, though. Need to somehow get across there. I could maybe do it with some bridges. So I may just move across them and blast away at them there ever so merrily. Right now though the effort is on getting Orsha. And for that I rather need to somehow outmaneuver the fiends. Which means basically pushing my way through these units. Close, but not quite there. Not quite there, sadly. And thus I can't quite take it yet. Unfortunately, though, would have been nice if I were able, but... Oh, wait, of course we got the Flag 88 here actually providing quite a threat because I can't call in air support near it. curse you fascists and your anti-aircraft guns. Simply unsporting. I do say. But managed to push with Mogilev. There we go, that's taken. Going to form that up. Going to cause a bit of havoc there. Though with the limited success it would seem, but managed to get past them nonetheless. So there we go, that should give me an option there for basically bypassing the entire thing over there. Need to do a bit more work over there, it would seem. Push the supplies. And we've still got the matter of calling in some air support. But where? Can't really call in there, because again it's right next to the flak bastards. So what to do? Where to call in all of this glorious third air support? I suppose I could try and soften these out a bit. There we go, though they'll have it back in no time, I'm afraid. Well, I think that leaves it at that. That's in the turn. Slight state of panic there, cutting off supply lines wherever possible, but also leaving a lot of units out of their dug-in positions. Hardly in their favour. Dragging some of the security divisions around Minsk. Reinforcing the security division with a few troops to quickly form up some kind of defense. There you go, I've actually got a bunch of replacements now. Ain't that just lovely? Ain't that just lovely? Basu, got to deal with... Ooh, there we go. Suddenly things looked a lot brighter. There we go. Quickly making progress. Now I can rush towards Minsk, which is exactly what I wanted. And exactly what the Germans don't want. Then so. Orsha taken. Well, let's give you the replacements. Nah, can't add the artillery yet. Some progress being made, which is always good. You can see they're slowly falling back towards here. Route there wasn't quite as open as I'd initially hoped, unfortunately. But I will make progress by next turn. Let's see if we can't. There we go. No supplies going through there, so if I can cut up there, I essentially have all of these cut off, but that's not going to make as much of an impression as I might have hoped for initially. Not really a lot they can stop me with here. Now it's basically just about getting things moving as quickly as damn possible. Which is where things get a bit tricky. So that should keep them supplied. hopefully. Got anything else I can rapidly advance for the glory of the Soviet Union? Seems not. Let us end the turn then. Oh, I probably could reinforce some units. Oh well. Security division heroically launched to stop the Guards tank corps. Schnell! Remaining divisions falling back towards Minsk, most likely to form a defense there, but not likely to succeed, I'm afraid. Tragically so. Is that bridge? No, it's still there actually, so why can't I cross it, I wonder? Need to clear out these remaining fascists. In particular this one, so I don't have to worry about any hoodwinkery. Damn it, need to call in air support again. There we go, destroy it. That should open up things here. Exactly like I wanted them to. Rushing along as quickly as I can. No time for hanging about, I'm afraid. The advance must be made rapidly. For the Soviet peoples. Or something along those lines. Push through there, push through here. Not really much response the fascists can muster anymore. Next turn. Ooh, trying to cut off the supply lines, are ya? You fascist swine. But hardly anything they can really throw at me anymore, and there seemingly are no reinforcements arriving, although technically, I mean, they did throw a bit of this and that into the fire, including some Valkyrie Bataillonen. Secured. Looks like the fascists are hardening up a bit. A bit. Then I ruin it. Swift advance. Swift, swift, swift. For the glory of the motherland. While mopping out a few remaining infantry divisions still caught behind enemy lines. Well, my lines, I suppose. Not much enemy about that. So there we go. Should hopefully have everything in hand by turn 7. I hope. I hope. rushing anything as forward as quickly as inhumanly possible. Doing my best to ruin their mood as well while I'm at it. Go. They should be cut off from the supplies as well. So, on to the last stretch here. On to the last stretch. Vilnius secured. And there we go, Baranovci, a decisive Soviet victory. Bagration succeeded, shattering army group center rather thoroughly, I might add, and securing a glorious victory for the Soviet Union and Comrade Stalin. So, hopefully that got you some ideas to sort of how to deal with this map, but also know some of the strengths of the shows. Again, basically large numbers and basically bashing their way through no matter the cost. Partisans here, I mean, really don't play much in effect. They're there, but you know, at least I can't seem to get anything out of them anyways in this map. I've played this through several times by now, so go figure. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, well, sorry to hear that. Anyways, this is Bill Dane saying cheers.